Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is sort of a continuation of a makeup tutorial that I did a couple days ago. I did for Halloween just a straight up makeup tutorial and a last minute Halloween look. If you haven't seen it yet, be sure to look in the description box below. I have a link to it. I did one of my favorite characters from one of my favorite TV shows, Regina, the evil queen from Once Upon a Time. Have you seen it? Do you love her? Oh, I love her. So I did, if you've been following me on Facebook, I asked which of 5 different looks you wanted me to do a tutorial on from the Vice 3 palette, which is what this video is all about if you haven't seen the name of it. I don't know why I'm doing so many hands today. I feel like I'm in a dancing mood. And y'all picked number 5 out of the 5 different looks. So I did the tutorial number 5 and it occurred to me that that look could be easily transformed into a Regina look. All you need is false eyelashes, a different lip color, and a wig, and voila, Regina. So I did the tutorial and I didn't have time to do the review on the palette. I'd been so busy that weekend. I'd actually done more videos than I was even hoping for, which I'm excited about, but still not all the ones that I wanted to do. So anyhow, I had the idea I'll just do the review later, and then my husband said, oh, you're not gonna do look number 4, but I really liked look number 4, and that was actually the second most popular pick that y'all liked. So I said, oh, well, okay, I'll do, I'll do look number 4, I guess, when I do the review. So that's what this look is today. And there is going to be a tutorial towards the end of this video. But for now, let's go ahead and talk about the palette itself. Alright, so the Urban Decay Vice Palette 3, it comes in this little bag, which is the first that I know of Urban Decay doing something like this, having a palette in a bag, which I think is so adorable, because I have palettes that, kind of get scratched up and stuff when they get put in certain places, so I really like that it's in a bag. Plus, if you don't want to keep the palette in the bag, this is just a cute bag by itself. You can, put makeup brushes in here, you could travel with it. I think it's adorable, and it's really nice quality, so I love it. And then this is the palette itself. Look how smudgy it is. You can see how much I use it based off of, see if I can get some of the fingerprints off of it and the smudges, because it's pretty without it. It's so much prettier without the smudges. Is that better? Yeah, a little. Isn't it gorgeous though? I think it's fabulous. And I do have close-up photos, so I will be showing those as well. Now the inside, you get 20 shades and a gigantic mirror. Look at this huge mirror taking up the whole of the lid. But you get 20 shades. I'm seeing if I can show you without putting the mirror in the frame. 20 shades ranging from light to dark. And then you also get a double-sided, just like they normally do, a double-sided makeup brush. One side is just sort of a shadow brush, a small to medium shadow brush, and then the other side is a blending brush. I'm sorry, I keep getting in the light. The light, I opened my window because I don't have super fancy lighting yet, so if I keep, I keep getting my hand in the light. We're just gonna move on. So these are the gorgeous 20 shades. Let me go ahead and read to you what Urban Decay has to say about this palette. You can never have too much of a good thing. Satisfy your eyeshadow vice with 20 velvety, never before seen shades. From an amazing soft black and a stunning burgundy to a rich smoky red black. With so many different finishes, matte, satin, sparkle, and even metallic to echo the iced out metallic look of the palette itself. This palette is made for experimentation. The shades are arranged in columns, neutrals on the left, jewel tones in the middle, and smoky shades on the right. Pair up the vertically color coordinated quads or go wild and mix them up. Our pigment infusion system gives each shade its velvety texture, rich color, serious staying power, and blendability. With Vice 3, we pulled out all the stops. The extra slim case features hypnotic new artwork and an abstract stripe design, topped off with bright neon green jeweled Vice icon to match the highly metallized green base. Use the coordinating bag to keep your Vice 3 palette protected and hidden from jealous would-be thieves, or as a place to store your UD brushes and other essentials. Alright, so that's what this palette is all about. Now let's go ahead and go into the colors. The first row, which is the vertical row, starting from the left, the shade Truth, which is a pale pink nude matte. Undone, which is a pink beige matte satin with tonal shimmer. Downfall, which is a warm light brown matte. And DTF, which is a taupe matte pearl. The second row is Dragon, a bright metallic green shimmer. Freeze, a metallic medium blue with multidimensional micro glitter. Heroine, a deep navy blue with tonal pearl. And Brokedown, a metallic golden brown shimmer with gold micro glitter. The third row, starting from the top, is Vanity, a smoky metallic eggplant with micro-dimensional micro glitter. Lucky, a metallic bronze. Rain, a rich brown satin. And Bobby Dazzle, a metallic white pale gold glitter. The fourth row is Alien, a pink peach with a golden shift. Alchemy, a deep fuchsia satin. Bondage, a deep smoky burgundy with shimmer. And Sonic, a metallic red copper. The last row is Last Sin, a champagne shimmer with silver micro glitter. Angel, a light taupe with silver micro glitter. Defy, a smoky taupe satin. And last one is Revolver, a soft black satin iridescent pearl. All right, so those are the shades. I think they are stunning. Probably my favorites out of the palette. Let me see, hang on, if I could show you without getting in the mirror all up in the business. I really, really love the fourth row, which is the one that I'm wearing today. And so does my husband. He thinks those shades are stunning. On the far side, these are all kind of the matte shades, although DTF and Undone have a little bit of shimmer in it, but I think they're beautiful neutrals. I mean, look how many neutrals you have. You've got the first row and then the last row, and then you've got some browns in the middle. So you could easily use this as a neutral palette, and then you've still got your pops of color like Dragon and Freeze, and then, you know, these beautiful pinks, and even Heroine's a beautiful navy blue. So you have like such diversity with this palette, probably more so than any of the Vice palettes. I don't have Vice 1, but I have a friend that does, so I've seen it, and I do have Vice 2. Compared to those two palettes, I'd say this one is out of, whoa, hello, hitting the palette. I love the palette. It's out of the park, hands down, the best of the three. I mean, it is just, it's just amazing. It's just gorgeous. I just love the diversity of it. I love, you know, the mix of the colors. I love how they put it in the rows. I love how you can just mix it up. I mean, it's just really amazing. And then the pigmentation of, where'd the brush go that I just dropped? There it is. The pigmentation of the shadows is phenomenal, fantastic. If you saw the swatches, those are like 2 or 3 swipes each, no primer at all, which is really quite fantastic. So the pigmentation is incredible. The only thing is you do get fallout with this product. Because they're so pigmented, it's best to use the shadows very carefully, pick it up very slowly, which you really barely need anything on your brush. You'll see in the tutorial what I'm talking about. You barely need any bit on your brush, and then just work your way up, add more as you need it. I really like applying these shadows using my finger. I get a little less fallout that way. You know, it's harder to blend, obviously, but if you want to apply it with your finger and then use a blender brush to, you know, go over any spots that you want kind of lightened up, you can easily do that, and it works really, really well that way. As far as staying power, always use a primer. Always, I can't stress enough. If you want your shadows to last, use a primer. My favorite is actually Urban Decay's Primer Potion in Original. But I have tried some other primers that I like as well. So, and I have used other primers with this product, so I do know other primers work well with it. I don't know about all of them, but the ones that I've used have worked well with it. I've used about like 3 or 4. And use a setting spray, people. If you want your shadows to last, use a setting spray when you're done. Once again, sorry to stick to one brand, but I like Urban Decay's, what's it called? All-Nighter setting spray. If I'm feeling if my face is really oily or it's really warm, then I'll use the De-Slick setting spray. But I really like the All-Nighter setting spray. Using those combinations together, you won't have any problems with these shadows not lasting. I mean, this look that I have on here, I've worn this a few times now, and I get home and it's just as great as when I first put it on. And we're talking, you know, 9-10 hours later. So love it, absolutely love the product, absolutely love the palette, really happy I purchased it. I believe it retails for, let's see, I think it retails for $60. Let me verify that real quick. Yes, $60. It's available on Urban Decay's website. It's available on Sephora's website. You know, obviously with shipping and handling if you don't buy it in store at Sephora. If you want to see how to get this look, which is using row number 4, the shades, let's see, Alien, Alchemy, Bondage, and Sonic, keep on watching. Alright, so starting up the tutorial, I asked y'all a few days ago, was it a few days ago? I think it was a few days ago, whether or not y'all wanted me to do live tutorial with me talking throughout it, or you wanted a voiceover tutorial, and it seemed like y'all kind of preferred live, so I'm jumping back into live tutorials. If you want me to switch it back to voiceover, let me know. Awesome girl named Ruth that I've been chatting with a whole bunch. Hi Ruth from, oh, what is the name of her channel? I'll have to link it down below. You'll have to go check out her channel. Is it World of Carew? I think it's World of Carew. I'll link it down below. We've been chatting back and forth, commenting and stuff. She suggested doing speed up videos if they're going to be really long, and then voicing over the sped up video, which I really need to learn how to do a speed up video because I still have not. Look, it's a learning process, y'all. So anyhow, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, stop talking. We're going to start the tutorial by going into the shade Truth, which is right here. And I'm using a Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush. And I'm just going to lightly blend that right below the eyebrow. Just so it makes it a little bit easier to blend in the shadows, and so it's a nice sort of mattified shade. All right, now I'm going to be using a Sedona Lace EB13. It's a blending brush, and I'm going to go into the shade. If I keep I don't know the best way to hold this. The shade Alien right here, which is the top of that 4th row. And I'm going to blend that right above the crease and up towards my eyebrow. I'm pulling it up fairly high, just leaving maybe a little bit of space between the color and my eyebrow. But this shade, it has a really pretty sort of golden sheen in it, but as much as I'm blending it out, you really can't see it. So it's mainly just a sort of transitional shade between, you know, the pretty magenta and fuchsia and up to the eyebrow. All right, next I'm going to take a Coastal Scents BRC NO2 brush, which is a medium shadow brush, and we're going to go into the shade Alchemy, which is the 2nd in the 4th row right there. That beautiful, beautiful fuchsia. And I'm going to apply that all over the lid, patting it on, because like I said, this palette does get fallout if you don't use it carefully. But look how pigmented it is. I mean, I'm barely patting on, so you can easily, you know, start light and work your way up. I mean, I barely have any on the brush, see? Barely have any. And you're still going to get tons of pigmentation. I mean, I'm barely patting it into the pan. So, you really don't have to worry about pigmentation. Now, I'm carrying it up pretty high, but I'm going to blend it out with a brush. Alright, so now I'm going to go back to that Sedona Lace brush that we used Alien on. And now I'm going to really lightly blend out what we just applied, just so they kind of blend together a bit more seamless. Alright, now I'm going to be taking a detail brush from the Coastal Scents. I think this is the 22-piece set. You'll see always, if I'm doing a live tutorial and not a voiceover tutorial, you'll see a pop down of the stuff that I use below, because when I do the voiceover tutorial, I have a pad in front of me that says everything I'm using, so I just tell you what I'm using. But for now, you'll see it pop up. Going into the shade Bondage right here, and using the detail brush, I'm going to apply it just on the inner third of the eyelid, being careful because you will get fallout if you work way too fast with this. All right, now we're going to do the same thing on the outer third of the eye. You don't have to be too precise of where it stops because we're going to be putting a shadow over the center, so not to worry. All right, now that's done, I just take my finger and go into the shade Sonic and just get a little bit on my finger, and then I just dab that right in the middle of my eyelid. A little bit at a time, and then I kind of really lightly just blend it up in the very center above the crease, just so it kind of looks like it blends into what's the shade, Alchemy. And then I kind of lightly go over Bondage, the edge of Bondage, just so they kind of soften into each other, but keeping it pretty more pigmented right in the very center. Just like that. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and curl my lashes and put on mascara, so I'll be right back. All right, so I put on, I curled my lashes and I put on my base coat of waterproof mascara. So now let me show you how I normally clean up. Because you can see I have quite a bit of fallout underneath. I'm using a Coastal Scents as a flat buffer brush, and I just kind of use that to get rid of some of the excess shadow that fell. You can also use a fan brush, but I find this works a little bit better for me, especially for really stubborn shadows that don't like to get off. All right, now I'm going to be using my CoverGirl True Blend Fix Stick in L5 through 7, and I apply that to kind of the inner part of my eye socket and then out from the corner of my eye to my eyebrow, and then I give that just a second to let it set. All right, now that that's set a bit, I just use my finger to lightly blend it away. I end up getting a lot of shadowing right here because my eye creases downward, so this, putting it on the corner here, kind of helps my eye look a little more awake, a little more vibrant, not so tired looking with that shadow pulling down. All right, now that that is blended out, I'm going into my Maybelline Dream Wonder powder in the shade Porcelain Ivory, and using that brush again, the flat buffer brush, then I apply a light layer over the fix stick that I just used. All right, then I'm gonna let that sit for just a second. All right, if I'm having a lot of problems with my dark circles under my eyes, then instead of just using just the fix stick, I use the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Full Coverage Anti-Aging Waterproof Concealer, long name. And I just get, the tiniest amount. Let me show you. Tiny. See, can you even see it? You probably can't even see it. It's minuscule. And you really don't need much with it. And then I just lightly kind of blend that just on mainly on the bottom of my under eyes. I don't need to get too close to the eye because this is a kind of heavier formula. So if I apply it really close to my eyes, I've noticed that it starts to smudge a little bit because I have very oily eyes. So I apply it mainly just to the bottom. And then one more time, I set it with the Dream Wonder powder and the flat buffer brush. And that's it. That's how I set my concealer under my eyes and do cleanup. Now let me go ahead and put my main mascara on. Alright, I've applied my main mascara on my top lashes, and then I use my waterproof mascara on my bottom lashes because like I said, my eyes get oily, so putting waterproof mascara down there helps it smudge less. And now I'm going to take Urban Decay's 24/7 Velvet Glide On Pencil in one of their new shades, Plushy, which is a really dark, gorgeous purple. And I'm going to start with a crease, and everyone's eye is shaped different, so do what's best for you. I'm going to start in the crease of my eyelid where that bondage color starts, and I'm going to pull it out into a wing, and then from the bottom corner of my eye and up. See how it kind of blends into bondage? And I'm not really going over bondage. I'm just kind of starting where bondage stopped. And then I'm going to lightly fill it in. And then go back with bondage one more time in that detail brush. And just kind of, oops, hope I'm in frame. And just kind of blend it so you can't see where one starts and the other begins. All right, now I'm going to take Plushy again and connect the wing to my bottom lashes by kind of lightly drawing on the roots of my lashes, just a little ways in, not all the way across. This kind of makes my eyes look a little more kind of opened out. Like I said, my eyes slant down. If I pulled it all the way across, it makes my eyes look really tired. My eyes already look tired, so we don't want to do that. But if you have big, huge eyes and you don't have that problem that I have, you can totally pull the line all the way across. It'll probably look really gorgeous. All right. And one final coat of waterproof mascara on, am I in frame? I keep getting scared that I'm not in frame. On my top lashes. And that's it. That's the end of the tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. Now to the end of the review. Alright, that's the end of the review, everyone. I hope you enjoyed. Please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Don't forget to leave your comment down below. Let me know what you thought about this, what you thought about the tutorial. How about a little sneaky peek of some videos to come? You ready? You ready? What's this? What's this? I don't know. What is this? And you should probably recognize this by now. But what you might not recognize is this. I'm really excited about this. So stay tuned. Like I said, subscribe if you want to keep seeing videos like that, if you want to see those reviews and tutorials coming up. I think that's it though. For now, happy makeuping everyone. I'll talk to y'all all very soon. Mwah. Bye.